Hey, Timmies! Whew, it's Psychic Bob. It is so awesome to be back with you guys. I tell you, it's been a crazy past few days. Some of you have been writing, panicking, saying, Psychic Bob, where are you? Well, Psychic Bob been having a little drama go on. I had some housing issues I had to sort out with some mechanical repairs and all sort of craziness. So I've had workers in my house the last 2 days. I had my water shut off temporarily. I had my power shut off temporarily. So I didn't get out a video yesterday because I had my house full of people. Knock on wood and keep your fingers crossed. Everything's fixed now. But I'm glad to be back with you. And oh my gosh, looks like a lot of people are here tonight. Look, there's Mystical Traveler. Hey, Mystical Traveler. There's Karen Bryan. Good to see you. There's Robin Boston. There's Lady Jane of the the Earl Grey Tea Tribe. Oh, I love it. I'm back, Lady Jane. I got my cup of hair. There you go. There's Amy Radcliffe. Yay. There's Christine C. is here. There's Laura M. is here. There's Denise D. there. I was a therapist. Oh, my gosh. Everybody's gathering here today. It was so good to have you guys here. There's Jude Real is here. McGowan. Good to see you. Lady Bree's here. Oh, my gosh. We got all the world here today. Isn't that wonderful? Well, I'm so glad you guys have joined us for our seance. First of all, I'm glad. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do the seance tonight because I was worried about my house with electrical issues and stuff. But we're here and have no fear. Well, tonight, we're gathering for our seance. Welcome to the new people. If you've never been here before, we gather on Thursdays. We hold a spiritualist seance. This is done the old-time spiritualist church tradition. I came out of that spiritualist church, and when we were in the spiritualist church, we gather, maybe once a month and go to somebody's house and hold a seance, or we might have a seance at the church. And what we do is we'd all sit in a circle, and we'd have a medium who would go into trance, and spirit people would overshadow their consciousness and then come through them. It was always amazing. We always learned so much. I had so much good times. So it's always fascinating. But I'm glad you guys are here. We're going to see what happens tonight. I have to tell you up front, I can't control what happens. So when I go into trance, the spirit people, as I said, overshadow my consciousness. I don't know really what's happening. It's like I'm half asleep. Sometimes I hear a little bit of conversation, but I really don't know. And I don't have any control of what they do. So don't anybody get mad tonight if you don't get a message or if nothing comes through even. I really have no control over it. We just let happen what happens. So, I always say come with an open mind and heart. And spirit may be speaking to somebody else tonight. And you may say, gosh, that sounds awful like it should be for me. And if you're feeling that, could well be. So be open to that reality because the spirit people, they'll do so much. And it's always, always interesting, So, hold on a second, guys. I got to get my water. Just realized that. Sorry about that. It's been hotter than the blue blazes here. So, anyways, real few important announcements before we get going here tonight. First of all, if you haven't done so, there's still time to register for this Saturday psychic development class. We're going to do a class on trance channeling. So what you see tonight when we open, let the spirit people come through, that's called trance channeling. And a lot of you have been asking to learn more about that. So we're going to have a class on Saturday on Zoom for trance channeling. The price of that class is $25. It's 2 hours, $30. It's 2 hours of training with me live on Zoom. This is a class that is an interactive class. So you have to come, be on camera and talk. This is not just sit in the background and watch. Now, if you're going to be in psychic class, you got to be willing to work with us. And so, what you get as part of that class, you get Psychic Bob personally working with you, addressing your issues and your development, walking you through exercises. So I'm going to help you. So if you want to be in on this Saturday's class, love to have you. what you do is go over to my website, PsychicBob.com. Put that down in the chat. Cola, can you put my website in for people? Thank you so much. There's Baroness Cola Bob. She's our moderator tonight. Shout out to her. Thank you for your service, Baroness. And so thank you, Baroness. So she's going to help out in chat. If anybody comes in as disrupting the circle, Baroness will throw them out. And I say just, the way you want to come to a seance is just come with an open heart and mind. So we're going to open the channel. We're going to do some channeling tonight. And again, if you're interested in that, go to PsychicBob.com for Saturday's class. Now, we also have, I don't know if we still have some, I think we still have a few openings for this Sunday for Psychic Bob's Inner Circle. I'm teaching a class on fairy magic on Sunday, 12 o'clock noon. The price for that is $50. It's limited to only 10 people. So if you want to be on Saturday's class, we're doing a class on fairy magic, what fairies are, how to connect with them. We're going to talk about the magic of the fairy star, all of that. And as part of Sunday's class, the Psychic Bob's Inner Circle, I'm going to answer a psychic question. So it's because it's only 10 people, you'll get more in-depth answer than you might hear on this show. So it's limited to 10 people, and you get a little mini reading as part of that class. It's 2 hours also on Sunday, 12 p.m. till 2 p.m. So I would love to have you at one or both. I know some of you have signed up for both, and you're going to be Psychic Bob Marathon Weekenders. So thank you for your support. But if you want to get in on the Sunday class, I need to hear from you tonight. Either let Baroness Cola Bobs know or send me an email, okay? Hi, Glittery. Thank you for your donation. I can't, I'm not under trance yet, but thank you for the kind support. Any ka-ching anybody wants to throw my way is always appreciated. I have some bills to pay after the drama. But anyways, everything's good. My house is here. My power's on. My water is flowing. It's always an adventure. But thank you for your patience and me missing last night's Wiccan Wednesday. We'll do that next week. I was going to talk about the magic of the Ankh, but we'll save that for next week. All right, so then we also have another announcement, which is I sent out invoices today on Wednesday, the 27th. Forgive me if I said the wrong date last week. But next Wednesday, the 27th, at 7 p.m., we're going to do a private event. Now, I will have a video earlier in the day for everybody on Wiccan Wednesday, but in the evening, I'm going to do a private an event. It's going to be an evening of spirit messages with Psychic Bob. It's limited to only 10 people as well. And so, if you want to be in on that, actually, I think we're already full. Yeah. I sent out invoices to people who wanted to be in that. So if you did apply and were told by Cola you're in, check your email. If you don't see the invoice from me, check your junk mail or spam folder. And if you still don't see it, let Baroness Cola Bobs know, or myself. So thank you very much for your support. That's going to be next Wednesday, the 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern U.S. time, same time we do broadcast this show. It'll be Wednesday night, an evening of spirit messages with Psychic Bob. And I sent out the invoices for that event. So check your mail. Thank you so very much. You guys rock. All right, enough messages. So we're going to settle down. I'm going to go into trance. I'm going to take down the lights here. I'll put on the red light. It'll get dark here in just a little while. But, when I do trance work, I like softer lighting. That's just me. And anyways, so I'm going to settle down. Every medium works different. And, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. And we'll see what the spirit people have. Excuse me. So, it's always an adventure. I hope somebody comes here. I have done seances where nobody comes through. And that's not always pleasant, but it could happen. So I want to just say, come with an open heart mind. Like my teacher used to say, even if nobody comes through tonight, we've had the chance to gather and enjoy each other's company. And that's a blessing in and of itself. So I thought what we do now is we'll just do a little invocation to open the door to the spirit world. So I want you just to relax with me. Oh, hi, Christine. God bless you. Christine says, I love when Bob does trance. It's so fascinating. Thank you. Well, Christine, you can come tomorrow to our psychic development class. We're going to do trance channeling. I mean, not tomorrow, Saturday. All my days are off this week. All right, so I want everybody to get comfortable. We're just going to close our eyes for a moment. Just settle down. Mother, Father, God, Great Spirit, we thank you for the opportunity to gather. We thank you for the blessing of the chance to commune with the spirit world. We ask, Great Divine Spirit, that you open the doorway to the other side, that those who will come to commune with us tonight will bring us their presence and their blessings. We thank you for the opportunity to be one with you this night and one with each other. May we open the channel in light and love. So mote it be. And so mote it be. Ooh, I feel the power already going. So, excuse me. All right. So when everybody get comfortable, and we're going to just start by closing our eyes. I'm going to close my eyes. You don't have to close your eyes. Actually, stay alert. So if anything comes through, you guys can tell me. All right. Thank you for your kind support and your blessing of being here. Oh, good evening. This is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. We have to get control of the medium's vibration. We'll top of the day to all of you out there. Oh, I see lots of soul glow here tonight. So many of you gathered to meet with us. And I tell you, we don't take it lightly because whenever we want to come over, it's a lot of effort. We have to use our medium's body here. We have to raise the vibration. And we have to connect with your energies as well. But you know, when it all goes right and it goes according to plan, it's quite a magical experience. Those of us who reside over here in the spirit world, we get a lot of joy coming to visit with you. And we don't mind saying thank you much for the effort of coming to meet with us as well. So often, those of us who reside over here, we get a little frustrated with the earth life because we spend all day running about trying to help humans. We try to reach across that veil and warn them, guide them, and help them. But so many people, they be so dense, they don't be hearing our voices or nothing like that. And we don't know what to do. And we get worried. We say, oh, what are we going to do? They're not hearing our word. But for those of you who are here tonight, we want you to know that you've got the special gift of spirit hearing. Everybody here tonight, you've heard our voice or you wouldn't be here. Oh, now some of you are going to be a bit skeptical and say, well, I know that it was tonight. There ain't no spirit calling me. But you know, somewhere deep down, you did hear the call. And that's what brought you here. Even if you knew before, something said, go to the seance tonight. And we're awful glad for it. Well, I got a few people be wanting to say hello. So I'll be stepping from the medium's body, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. This is Fletcher, over and out. Good evening. My name is Alfred. I've come here tonight to bring to each of you the awareness that you are spirits. Many humans walk about the earth and they think they are material beings. They look at their flesh and they think that is all that exists. They live their lives for pleasures of the flesh. But the flesh is temporary. Spirit is arranged for the body to be temporary. The reason why is that if you had a body that was impermeable, it would never wear nor age, you would lose your connection with the spirit world. By having a body that is transient, it forces one to remember who you really are. There are many people on the earth who say, I don't like my body, it ages, it decays, it has illness. But do you know these opportunities when they present themselves to you? They're eternity whispering back to you. It is eternity saying, who are you? Why are you here? Have you forgotten your purpose? Every suffering of the body is an opportunity to again reflect on your soul journey. Understanding where you come from and who you really are is the key to success in your earthly life. So many souls come here and they abandon all spiritual principles. Abandoning spiritual principles leads to one's sorrow and, might we say, even degradation. Perhaps some of you know someone who lives in an overindulgent way. Perhaps they do drugs, or they drink excessively, or they indulge in, well, how shall I say it? The pleasures of the flesh, if you know what I mean. Everything on the earth has a balance, a fulcrum point. And when one tips the scales more towards the material and abandons the spiritual, this is where trouble begins. We invite each of you tonight to consider your lives. Rather than being frustrated with your bodies, consider, am I not in balance between the physical and the spiritual? Now, we do not encourage those of you who may be tempted to say, well, we shall become totally spiritual and forget the physical. No, that is the other extreme. The earthly life is best lived through balance. A little spiritual, a little physical. You're certainly allowed to enjoy good food, but you overindulge in it, guess what? You'll find your body at a challenged point in terms of your weight and your health. Anything done to excess is dangerous. If you find yourself staying in your home all day and praying like the monks, never leaving your home, how will you support yourself? That is the extreme of the spiritual. So we advise you from the spirit world to do your daily duty, do your work as you would in the world, and then remember the spirit world. You will find that this balance brings you peace and goodness and light. Well, I do not wish to beleaguer the point, but I come here this evening to say again thank you. I wish to echo Fletcher's sentiments, that those of us who reside in the world of spirit are most pleased to have the opportunity to speak with you. There are others who wish to speak, so I shall not beleaguer the point. Thank you for receiving me. My name is Alfred. Greetings, my dears. My name is Rose. Oh, I say, Fletcher did tell us the truth tonight. He said there's much soul glow here, and I do see it as well. Do you know, when I listen to Fletcher and I listen to great souls like Alfred, it reminds me of how very little I invested in my own life in the work of spirit. You know, you will never escape your destiny. Some people, like myself, went about the earth thinking, oh, only of ourselves, of self-grandeur, of financial things, of wealth and power and prestige, much to the neglect of our soul. And as Alfred said, he says, if you have an extreme one way or the other, it is not balanced. You know, sometimes I used to judge my neighbor, Madge. You know, I told you, a lovely neighbor. She was a spiritualist and quite devout. Every week she attended her spiritualist church. Sometimes she would go to seances. And she would say, Rose, why don't you join me at the seance? I said, oh, I don't have time for that bunk. No, my dear, not for me. No. And I used to think she was a bit of a fanatic. I used to say, well, it's all good and well for you, my dear, but not for me, no. But the truth of the matter is she, my dear neighbor Madge, she had the right balance in her life. You know, she was rather well off. We lived in the Mayfair district. All had pretty good lives. But you know, she did a lot of charity work. She worked hard. She raised funds for disabled children. And then she also attended a church. She had, I think, that balance. Though I could not see it at the time, I sat in judgment of her. And I said, Madge, you're mad, believing all that spiritualism. But you know, my dear, her soul over here in the spirit world shines so much brighter than mine. And I suppose one could say that she did her duty, and it is not forgotten here in the spirit world. Perhaps one day I can have Madge come and visit with you. Tonight she's out on an assignment. She's working as a spirit guide these days. And you know, she's helping families that have disabled children. It's a special talent that they deal with, to take on such a valiant and brave soul. And Madge is perfect for the work. She also helps those trying to find spiritualism. There are people in the world today who are persecuted terribly for having faith in spiritualism and the truths of spirit. And she helps those souls as well. And she's a most noble character. I shall have her here. Perhaps next week Madge can come and join with us. Would you like that? I should most like to have you meet her and introduce her to you. Well, you know, while I'm here, I cannot help but remember a few souls here. You know, when I look out upon all of you gathered around your homes, you see, in the spiritual world, we have the ability to have a transcendent vision, so I can come to each of you, wherever you are. I see your light, and it is as easy for my mind to be drawn to you. You know, our medium is most kind, for he allows us to anchor our presence in his body in order to speak to each of you. Even though you hear my voice coming through him, I do not wish you to think that I am limited only by his physical apparatus, or I should say his body. We say apparatus over here. You see, in the spirit world, our consciousness can be in this body speaking to you, and yet we can rise outside of it and see from the higher vantage point of spirit through the ethers and be in your own home with you at the same time. Well, as I come to each of you that I may tonight, that I can come to, please know that I am verily standing next to you as I speak with you. I do hope that you can hear my voice. Fletcher says the transmission is working, and that makes us great joy. But when we come to a medium, sometimes it's difficult for us to gauge the frequency of the sound. But I do thank you for being here. I should like first to speak to my dear friend, Melanie. Oh, Melanie, dear. Are you here with me tonight? Oh, I do see your light. There you are, my dear. This is Rose. You know, my dear, there are many people over here in the spirit world speaking well of you. You've taken a lot of risks and been through a lot of hardship over the last few months. But this has been part of your journey, and you are not forgotten to our world. Edgar Casey is here and just said to me, he said, let her know that I'm here as well. And he says, bravo. He said, you've done well. And so, my dear, you're going to be seeing in the coming weeks, as you step into your power more fully, as you embrace your path, you'll understand more of the channeling process. You, believe it or not, channeled your new opportunities for work to yourself, and you shall channel to yourself your new home as well. And rest assured, we're working on it as we speak. So for right now, my dear, what's important is to achieve that balance that Alfred spoke of and Fletcher often speaks of. You must remember to work and to play. You've devoted very much time to your work, but not enough to your play. And so we come here to, my dear, remind you, have some fun. Laugh a little. Let go of your mind's worries. Your dear guide Heidi is here as well. Fletcher said that the medium's not able to sustain that vibration for the moment, so I shall relay a message to you. But Heidi is here asking me to let you know that she says, and I do have to quote her, it's not quite the way I would put it, my dear, but she said, let your hair down and hang loose. I remember, my dear, during the 1960s, that's how people used to speak on the earth. You know, when I was in my time of purgatory, occasionally they would give me glimpses of the earth. And I saw some of the changes occurring on the earth. And an angel came to me and said, Rose, would you like to go to the earth? And I said, oh, no, I don't think so, my dear. And I chose to remain in purgatory. I was still very stubborn and would not go to the light. Try to understand, my dear, that those who come from the spirit world come to help you. And Heidi wants to help you. Mr. Casey wants to help you. And of course, my dear, you know that I'm here to help you. So please do not hold on to your fears. It is time, as your dear guide Heidi says, let your hair hang down and hang loose, my dear. Oh, Melanie, we're very pleased with you. Thank you, my dear, for being open to our guidance in the last few weeks and knowing that we're still guiding you. Do continue to speak with us. You shall not be forgotten by us. My blessings to you, my dear. Oh, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. We've got to get control of the medium's vibration. There's a lot of static here tonight. There we go. Oh, my dears, this is Rose. Thank you for your patience. Sometimes it's more difficult for us to get control of the medium's body. You see, we walk a delicate line in that when we bring through our power and our voices, we must be very careful we do not damage the nervous system. Those of you who will go on to become trance channels yourself will understand this process. It is a balancing act, but I think one that we work well with our medium. I have another word I should like to impart this evening. It's for my dear friend Robin. Robin Boston. Miss Boston, this is Rose. I was so pleased to come here tonight to speak to you. I would be remiss if I did not tell you, my dear, that we have been working from the spirit side to help you. Doris is here and would like to have a word with you. Hi, Robin, this is Doris here. Oh, give us just a moment here. Oh, you got to be cheering up a little bit, my dear. It's not as bad as you think. Well, we know you've been through a lot here. But I want to let you know, good old Doris is here. We're not going to let you be fallen to the wayside. You're getting a lot of healing here. That body system's going to be balancing out. You've been having a little bit of pain, but there's going to need to be a little bit of adjustment with that medicine. And make sure to give your doctor the full balance of everything that's going on. We've been putting power into you at night so you can get a little bit of rest. Your son's been coming in as well to drop in some healing up. Yeah. And he's asking me to tell you tonight that he wants to come in and have a word. So we're going to try to let him come in. But I want to let you know that I'm here. And as a good nurse that I were. In the day I used to be a nurse. And I tell you, I had a bit of an anxiety back in the 1970s. I started to have some fear. I went on a talk show once. And the host was terrible to me. And I thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't be a medium. Maybe I should go back to nursing. But the spirit never lets us run away from who we really are. And we want you to know, Robin, that you're still being called by our world to do this work. So don't give up on it. Yeah, we got somebody here that wants to speak. I think your son's here. Oh, he told me to tell you. He said, Mom, you can't die for the life of you. That's what I always say. And he's mimicking me. But here he is. Mom, I'm here. I've been told over here, it's not your time to go, so don't be afraid. If you could see yourself as I see you, you'd know. You'd know what's coming. You have a lot of life force around you, and they've been teaching me how to see that in people. So if you think you're done, you're not. And I've been sent to tell you that you're not done. Sometimes, I go out on assignment. I'm trying to help people, troubled youths right now. And I see things that remind me of, well, I guess I could say you and I. Mom, I want to remind you that I don't blame you for anything that happened. And it's not your fault. I was just stupid. I look at these young people I helped and I think, God, why are they so stupid? And then I think, I acted stupid sometimes. Being over here in the light kind of changes things because I see it all now and I see how easy it is in the earth light to get caught up in the moment. And I got caught up in moments that maybe I shouldn't have, but I don't know. I can't really explain it, Mom, except to say that I'm learning a lot here and I'm okay. And I've been playing my guitar. And wow, you should see the paintings I do now. They have buildings here that are large. I can't even tell you, like 3 miles in length. And I started a mural on one of them. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a landscape. I'm going to try to make it down the whole side of the building. Well, I just wanted to come in. They said that the medium's power is not so strong, so I can't stay. But thank you. Thank you for loving me. And know that I'm fine and I'm helping a lot of people. And I think you'd be real proud if you could see everything I'm doing. I love you, Mom. And I love Cassidy. Let her know that I came and I sent a greeting to her tonight as well. And Jill and Sydney too, because they'll be mad if I don't say something. Tell Jill I'm going to knock over her stereo speaker. Or I'll tip something over to get her attention. I love all of you. They're saying I have to step back. I'll talk to you again. I'll be back. There we go, my girls. Thank you. Who knows? That's a blessing for us. When we as spirit people can help to reunite families. In the spirit world, families count for an awful lot. You see, love is the key to our world over here. I know some of you have challenged families, and you say, Rose, if you knew my family, I don't ever want to see them again. Try to understand, my dears, that in the spirit world, you will not be forced to interact with people who have hurt you in this life until you're ready. Everything over here has a balance and a timing. It's made for your maximum comfort and peace. And so do not fear that you will be thrown into a situation of chaos. This is not how it is in the spirit world. You will go to the place in the spirit world upon your physical death that is most in harmony with your vibration. I know some of you here this evening have a very high frequency. You're spiritual people, yet your earthly families are not spiritual, and they mock you for what you do. Try to understand you will not be subjected to that in the spirit world. As you are on earth, so you shall be in heaven, and know that is the truth of our world. You know, while I'm here, I should like to also speak to someone else. Dear Nicola, this is Rose, or should I call you Lady Nicola? My dear, we've been watching you, and Doris and I are working feverishly in the background to get things secure in your move. In the next 3 days, doors will be opening for you. And know that we are in the background, encouraging those workers to be of the highest mind and frequency. Your transition that is coming will be settled soon. You will not be abandoned. Would those of us who reside here abandon those of you there who work so diligently for the spirit? It is not that we play favorites over here in the spirit world, but there is special hope for those who devote their lives to the service of spirit. You shall not be without food, nor shelter, nor clothing. Those essentials will come to you. Oh, my dear, I know that it's very painful, that it feels like it's dragging on now. You need not fear. All things are coming into balance. Doris is here and wishes to have a word. Aye, Lady Nicola. Don't you remember what I always tell you? I said we're not forgetting you over here, and we're making it all work out. But you got to be patient. Old Doris didn't forget nothing. We're working on healing that body as well. But you got to be patient with us as well for that. So don't be getting yourself all wrapped up in fear. When it's your time to die, ain't nobody dying. Don't always say you can't die, right? It's the truth. Truth for spirit. Ain't nobody dying. And even if you do, guess what? You get to go to a beautiful place. But you got a lot of work to do. And as Rose was talking with Robin, you got spirit work to do. She's got work to do and you got work. So we're not letting you out of that earth. So give up them fears, give up them notions. The next 3 days is going to be important for you. So simply be present, keep talking to us, and know that we're going to be in the conversations as you move forward. It'll be about 3 days, it'll be settled for you. Yeah. Rose says, I got to step back. God love you, my dear. There we go. Oh, my dolls, it's so joyful that we can have this communion this evening. Do know as many of you wait eagerly for the opportunity to gather at the Seance circle, we also over here wait with eager anticipation. We say, oh, will the connection go through tonight? Can we get there? Oh, will they hear us? We get as worried about it all as you do. I want to bring another word here, if I may. Would you like to speak to my dear friend, Amanda? Or sometimes she's known as Janie. Amanda, dear, I do like your name, Amanda. You know, I always said if I had a daughter, I would have named her Amanda. But I'd never had children, you know. It wasn't part of my journey. But dear Amanda, if I may call you that, I want you to also know that you must let go of your fears. Though right now people are giving you negative messages all about you, these are people who have forgotten spiritual light and truth. They're not bad people, my dear, they're just limited. And so you must be careful that you do not listen and give full heed to those who are blind to spiritual truth. Some of your doctors are saying terrible things to you. It's important to follow a doctor's advice, but only so far, in my opinion, my dear. Well, see, when a doctor says, oh, it's going this way, there's no hope about this or that, I want you to say, but you know, my spirit guides said there can be healing in these areas. My dear, like so many here tonight, you have a calling to do great things with our world. You've been a psychic all your life and a spiritualist most of it as well. And even before you knew the term spiritualism, well, I dare say you're already a spiritualist. Your mission is not over, my dear. Though things right now are a bit topsy-turvy, they shall not stay that way. We of the spirit world never let our workers be forgotten. And so please, my dear, be of good cheer. While you struggle at the moment with your vision, take it as an opportunity to develop the inner sight. Oh, my dear, have a very powerful third eye. But we should like to see you have all three eyes. And so we are working to strengthen, to improve, to guide the doctors to the best path of healing. My dear, do not rush into any decisions at this time, but weigh all things carefully with our world in balance. As Alfred said earlier, either extreme is bad. If you pray only and do not go to your doctors, that is imbalance. But if you go to the doctor and you do not pray, that is also imbalanced. It is a combination, my dear. So think in terms of, I shall have three eyes. I shall have my physical eyes and my spiritual eye. You keep that memory. What does the three eyes form? A triangle. What does the triangle pointing upwards represent, my dear? It is spirit, power spirit to illuminate from within. Hold on to the image of the triangle and know that we're working to strengthen you every day in the body as well in the spirit. My dear, it's such a pleasure to speak with you. And I do hope that we've brought some words that have perhaps brought you a little insight tonight. Thank you, my dear, for receiving me. Do call upon me. My name is Rose. Oh, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment here. We have to strengthen the connection. Oh, there we go. I think we're in the body. Thank you, my dears. I'm looking through the crowds. I'm trying to locate my friend. Dear Simba. Hello, Simba. Can you hear me out there? Well, you know, I cannot ignore you tonight. There's a man back here who's quite jovial, and I must say he's quite an inspiration to me. Do you know, he was on the earth when I was on the earth, but I did not look at his artwork. I thought him a bit mad, to be honest with you. But you know, it's funny how in the moment one can judge things, and yet in the future one sees how arrogant one was. And I think with art, at least good art, one must contemplate it carefully. You know, I was a patron of the arts when I was on earth. I helped the London galleries and would attend art exhibits. I was more of a classical art type myself, you know, Leonardo da Vinci and such. But you know, I've quite developed an interest in the more modern arts and these, what do they call it? Abstract art, or, you know, that metaphysical art, all these sort of things. Surrealist art, that's the word. Fascinating to me. Well, I shall let him come through. Your guide is here. It is Mr. Salvador Dali. Simba, I'm here. I will not forget you. Do you know that Dali spends all day looking after you? It is because we love you. Over here, it is true in our world. Love is principle guiding always. You must understand that to love means to open the heart. As you open your heart, the channel becomes clear. And then you create beautiful art. People say to me all the time, Dali, how is it that you paint? I said, I don't know. I just let it happen. You see, when I was on earth, I did not, how shall I say, fully understand this process of channeling. But that process is your secret. You have the advantage I did not have of having guidance. You know, when I come to spirit, they show me how many spirit guides helped me. And I pushed them away because I thought, well, Dali paints from his own mind. It is true you can paint from the mind. But if you paint from the spirit, it is better. And in my life, I did sometime paint from spirit. And this is what makes Dali great. We're going to be sending you a sign very soon. You will know we will wish you, because we will give you cauliflower. You know cauliflowers? Do not know this word, German, but the cauliflower. You look up. I used to be fascinated. If you study cauliflower, it has a many angles in the natural form. It's like a cloud, but it is like a cell growth. It is like the cosmic universe. The universe is found in cauliflower. Oh, people say, Dali, you mad, look at cauliflower. But no, you will understand. But you must be patient and study cauliflower. So this is my advice to you. You keep a pure heart. Love always. Love everybody you can. And study cauliflower. And you do this, you will be great artist. And they will say, how you do? And you say, Dali, help me. You know, when we come to spirit, we have so much joy because we can follow these passions of our life that we could perhaps not always follow so good. You see, when I was on earth, I loved to paint. But sometimes I got in my own way because I started to overthink this. I thought, oh, what did this? What did that? Politics get in the way. Maybe I do this painting for this world leader. Maybe I don't do this painting. And then what happened? I get all tangled up. And then I get depressed thinking about Gala. You know, when I come here, I do not, how do I say, no put brush, what's it? I cannot find the word in English. I did not have a problem putting brush on canvas because I was open heart, open channel. But when you come to spirit, you love pure and you see God, and God infuse you with his light. But you don't have to die like Dali to come at the light. You only have to open the heart to understand this. And if you understand this and you study cauliflower, you'll be good. So don't be worried. But you must do what I tell you. And you see, you will have opportunity for your work to go very far. You must open heart, love a spirit, love Dali. You know how to love Dali, but let Dali help you. If you love me, I'd be happy. But you know, I can help you the more you open to me. Each day, you must say, Dali help me, God help me, and the cauliflower help me. Cauliflower. You research, you understand. The power, they say, I must step out of. Hello, my dears. Rose, it's just a moment. How is starting to go here? I wish to say thank you to all of you who've received us this night. Let us, as the medium's power is waning, we do not wish to overtax his nervous system. But we do thank you, my dears. We've so enjoyed the opportunity to meet with you tonight. I do hope that each of you I've spoken with will take my sincere words with sincere heart and know that those of us who are here love very much all of you there. For each of you here tonight who have not heard from me, I wish to impart with each of you this message. This message is for all of you who I've not been able to personally address. I want each of you to know that when you feel alone, you're never truly alone. The great divine spirit, you might call God, goddess, or infinite intelligence, is with you. Do not push this presence away, my dears. It is for your edification and your survival. If the divine spirit took away its power, everything would crumble into dust. So though you know it not always, the divine loves each of you. Try to understand that inside of your very hearts dwells a spark of divinity. Let that light come forth. Spend time in silent contemplation of the inner light, my dear. And if you do that, you will understand your connection to higher power and to the spirit world. For over here, all things are formed from light. Everything is alive in spirit. The trees are alive. The rocks are alive. The blades of grass breathe and speak to us. And your light is not dimmed by being on earth. Though you may feel it at times, it only requires a recalibration to settling down, looking in your heart and seeing the light there. If you can do that, it will make me very happy. and call upon those of us who reside here. I shall personally come and help each of you and bring to you your own spirit person, your own guide to help you. So, my dears, I want you to know you're not walking alone. You have at least 3 persons with you. You have infinite intelligence, or God. You have me, Rose. You have your own spirit guide. So you're never alone, my dear. Talk to us, and we shall come and help you. Know that our voices are sometimes more subtle than they are here today. But nonetheless, you will feel our presence in time. Continue to speak with us, and we shall speak back across the veil to you. You're never alone. We send our blessings to all of you. Lecture says our medium is starting to fade, and so we must withdraw from the body. I wish to thank each of you here for being with us tonight. And I know that wherever you are, you will hear our voices. We shall bless you and guide you with the power. Oh. Give me just a moment, guys. Are we still broadcasting? Oh. Hold on just a second. Well, that was intense. I heard Rose at the end there. I know she was here. At least somebody came through. Everybody, people came through. Oh, good. I love this. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy said, good job, Bob. All right, I'm glad somebody came through. At least Rose came through. Robin says, thank you, Bob and Cola. This was wonderful tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Robin says, Rick came through. Oh, that's your son, Rick. Oh, I got to go back and watch it. You know, guys, when I channel, I don't know what happens. So I'm going to have to go back and watch the video. Hi, Amsterdam. So she said, that was amazing. God bless you, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lady Jane of the Earl Grey Tea Tribe. She said, nice work tonight, Bob and Cola. Thank you. I want to give a big shout out to Baroness Cola Bobs. Baroness, thank you for staying up late and keeping an eye on things while I was away in my trance. You know, I'm not really here, so thank you for keeping everything running. All right, Stardust C says, hey, Psychic Bob, Rose, Doris, Stokes, Fletcher, and Alfred came there. I'm so glad. Yay, good. Simba says, I love Dolly's message. So wonderful. Oh, Dolly came? I got to see this. All right. Very cool. Thank you, Christine. She says, brilliant as always. Baroness Kolobov says, I've been behaving, Bobs, I promise, LOL. Why do I not believe this, that she's behaving? Anyways, well, if everybody's still here and happy, I guess you did all right. All right. Lady Jane says, Bob, you're glowing after that. You know, channeling always makes me feel good. A lot of mediums say it drains them, but I actually come back feeling kind of hyper. So I'm so glad you're here. Well, guys, listen, I've enjoyed it. I'm going to take a break now. But I want to say thank you so much. Oh, Robin gave a report on you, Cola. She said she was behaving. Christine says, yes, she was behaving. All right, good. Kimmy says, yes, Baroness will vouch. Yes, Baroness will vouch for you. All right, well, I trust y'all. And I trust Cola. Thank you, Cola, for your service. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get some dinner, and then I have more phone calls tonight. But I want to thank you for being here. You guys rock. I love all of you. Listen, if you've enjoyed this and want to learn more about the process of trance channeling, you want to sign up over at my website for our psychic development class. So I hope you'll be there. Also, if you want to be in on Sunday's Inner Circle, I have a few spots left. Send me an email tonight. I'll send out your invoice. Did I send out Inner Circle invoices? I don't know if I've sent those out yet. I got to send those out. So we'll get those out in the next few days. Tomorrow, I guess. So I need to hear from you tonight for Inner Circle. Inner Circle is $50, but it's 2 hours. And part of that, you get a private reading from me. So it's a lot of one-on-one time with Psychic Bob on the Inner Circle. And it's limited to only 10 people. So you get more attention from me than you do in a public setting. So I want to thank you all. I love all of you. And I hope wherever you are, you're having a rocking night. And I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you. I know some of you are waiting on readings, compact voice readings, astrology. I've got a little backlog because the last 2 days I haven't been able to work because of my house situation. So just so you know, a pipe burst and my house flooded, and I've been dealing with all that. I'm okay. Everything's fine now. It's all fixed. But it threw me off my schedule for getting stuff done. So thank you for your patience. Anyways, I'll be back here tomorrow, Friday. What's Friday night, Cole? Is it tarot? Or no, it's live psychic readings. So tomorrow night, Friday, be here 7 p.m. We'll take your psychic questions, and I'll do readings for you from the messages from the spirit world. You guys rock. Listen, I love you all. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. For those of you in Europe, it'll be midnight London time, 1 a.m. Paris time. I'll see you tomorrow night for live stream messages from the spirit world. You guys rock. Blessings to you. And thank you for being here. I love you all. Blessed be.